Oh, it's over.
Welcome. I could have went on way longer than that. But welcome to an episode of that hashtag horror picture show, now airing on Pop Culture Renegades, both on Facebook and YouTube. We have a new face with us tonight. Not you. You're not a new face.
I know, but you guys were on earlier. So
Well, let's start at the very end. We have Mayra at the end from BBN. She's here.
Hi, guys.
She's here. She's in charge.
What? No way.
Mayra, we haven't seen you on air in a while.
I know. We started filming yesterday, but as you guys know, I've been trying to get pregnant. So
wait, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Really? Well, maybe everybody else knew. So we've been trying to get pregnant. So that's going up and down.
What you doing here? You're wasting valuable hours.
I know.
She's like, oh, I'm aware.
I'm aware. But that's because I enjoy being here so much.
Yay. Well, good luck to you on that journey.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. But
Well, you guys are still young.
That has nothing to do with that. I'm just like, oh, kids.
Until Idris Elba is available.
Only if he wants kids, and I'm like, maybe he doesn't. I'm like, no.
All of a sudden your phone rings, ring, ring.
Yes, you absolutely, Idris.
And guys, you just saw Toni about 20 minutes ago on the Infinity Watch, but if you did not watch that episode, go back after this episode and watch the Infinity Watch. Okay, because we're fantastic there too. But we are here tonight to talk about the many reboots that are coming out that have actually been greenlit, so they will be going to the pilot stage. And my whole thing is the CW is trying to recapture the magic of the WB of the 90s, and I just need them to stop. Just need them to stop. We're also going to be talking about, it's just been announced that the creator of Child's Play, Don Mancini, wants to do a TV series. So they're going to be doing that. That's actually a go as well. And lastly, the new Halloween, we're also going to be talking about production. It's just been really excited about that one. Really, if you guys couldn't tell, it's my favorite horror movie of all time. Is Halloween.
Yes.
So are you too familiar with Charmed and Roswell of the 90s?
I am.
You know,
early 2000s.
Yes, I am. Very much
I'm not
so.
refreshed in it.
Did you watch it?
I watched
when it aired?
Yeah, when it aired on TV, I watched it. But if you told me now, I can't tell you how it ended, but I could tell you how it started and what kind of the story's about. Roswell, only the beginning. Yeah. Don't know now.
Yeah, I'm probably in that same mindset about Roswell. I've only seen it once, and I've skipped a lot of places and came in and out, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I watched WB exclusively for Buffy, and then Angel, and then once... if I'm remembering this correctly, one show would end or like have a hiatus, and then another show like Charmed or Roswell would kind of pick up in that same block.
And either that, it'd be like a day or two separate. So it was like really
there were some seasons where they were just one right after the other, or if it was because I didn't have cable at my house, I had to go 2 doors down to my grandmother's house. So
you didn't watch Dawson's Creek? Which I'm sure will be the next one to be read.
I did watch Dawson's Creek, and God damn it.
Yes. 90210, Dawson's Creek, Melrose Place. It goes up.
Oh my God, it goes on and on and on. Yeah. But so they've always been toying around with doing a Charmed reboot for the past several years. Back when Charmed was airing, they wanted to do a spin-off. That never worked out. It was supposed to take place in the 70s or something like that. I'm not sure. Then they wanted to do a reunion movie, but it was like, okay, well, I kind of want to do it. Like, some of the actors were like, okay, we'll do it. We won't. You know how it goes where a show's ending and they're always like, we're going to do a movie. And then half the actors are like really overworking for the last 10 years. So like, I don't want to go back to that right now. So, But now everyone now is like, oh yeah, we'll come back. We're so mad. Reboot, you can't do this. Da, 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 da.
Really?
Yeah.
To me, it was just difficult because, like, earlier we were talking about it. I don't know where the story's going. I thought I was on track, and then she tells me I was totally wrong. I'm over it.
The only thing about Charmed is, you had a show like Buffy, and I think that was just better quality, and it definitely holds up more today than Charmed does. And not just that, you have
Vampire Diaries, too, which is mixed with witches and vampires. So it's like, it's adapted to why go all the way back just to witches. You know what I mean? It's like it feels like it's already done.
Charmed had a very contained mythology. I mean, there was literally just witches and magic, and that was it. Yeah. There was no really a lot of deviation into other mythological or even horror characters.
If anything, that's probably where it started, right? With TV series. Because I'm thinking of what else, because that was before Buffy, too.
What? No, it was right around the same time. Like,
well, they were Buffy was 97, Charm was 98.
Yes.
You're right.
So it
was
was
really close. Yes. I think that's where it started developing, though, right?
But I think because The Craft came out in 96. But I think they did dive into a little bit of mythological stuff, and I believe like season 5 and 6. I stopped being a regular watcher after season 5 because I was in love with Cole, who was Phoebe's boyfriend. And after they killed him for like the 5th time, not knowing whether he was evil or not, I was like, this story is stupid.
And you know what? I couldn't stand, what's her name, Piper? I couldn't stand her. She's so weak. Like when,
really?
Like
we're talking about Holly Marie Combs. Is that who I remember?
the middle sister turned older sister.
Yeah, she was sweet and everything, but when it came up to standing up, like I was rewatching this when I knew we were going to do this because I need to refresh my memory.
Right.
And I was like, now I know why I hate her. Because in the first season, there's an episode with a guy that gets killed. It's a Chinese culture. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And he's like, tell my mom or not, I'm going to go to hell. And she's like, chickens out. I'm like, what the hell? Like, really? You promise you're going to help him, but you can't tell his mom that he's dead? Like, come on. Like,
now he's in hell. Witch bitch. But yeah, it's just like, okay, so it was about these 3 sisters, and it was about sisterhood and womanhood and growing up. But there was just a lot of like love interests, and it was always tied up in that as well.
And a nightclub because
then they had this night because all these ensemble shows need to have like a meetup hub,
or they need to have a reason for some musical guests to just show up.
Oh my God, the era of the musical guests.
Just don't.
And everyone that Charmed got, it was just like annoying. It's like some 90s
singer-songwriter
boy band that you haven't like heard of ever again. I think they had Nickelback on there at one point.
Wow.
Or something.
I wouldn't doubt
like
it.
That. But let's say hi to everybody in the chat here, which I think is just Ryan, but we do have some other watchers on here. And Jezer, I believe, is on here.
What up, Jezer?
What up, Jezer? And one way you can support Pop Culture Renegades, guys, is to go to our TeePublic store. That's www.teepublic.com/that#show. We have a lot of geeky merch on there for your geeky, merchy-weary pleasure. I need to buy some stuff for the con season for attending Black Panther, and actually I have a cool Black Panther shirt, but there's Aquaman, there's Tomb Raider, there's a whole bunch of stuff coming out this year. So go on there. She's set. She's good. She's oh my God, I didn't even notice that. Yeah. I should have mentioned that on the last show. Now we can't get
this is my Black Panther sweat. Yeah, I love this thing. This is my new. I live in this now. So
that's fun. So the new reboot series is supposed to surround 3 sisters, the Pruitt sisters, and all their names start with an M. And like in the old series, all their names start with the P. And it's supposed to take place in a college town, and they're like, it's supposed to be like this cool feminist, forward, woke, like show, right? And like one of the sisters is a lesbian and everything like that. And like Holly Marie Combs has been just going off the chain on Twitter lately. Like she is so pissed about this. It's insane.
I mean, listen, as feminist as Charm could be, it was problematic, man. It could be extremely problematic. It was centered around, 3 white women. And I don't remember a whole lot of, characters of color on that show.
Nope, I can probably think of 2 offhand.
The original cop?
Yeah, Daryl, from season 1 through, I guess he was in the entire series.
So I think that it was just
of its time.
Yeah, exactly. It just, that you could say that about any number of WB shows that were set back then. I mean, Buffy didn't have anybody.
Angel,
Dawson's, Roswell. Like, there was just nobody. So, that just wasn't
Saved
something.
by the Bell.
Yeah. There was just nobody.
Which all 3 of those shows had Bianca Lawson on it at some point.
Seriously?
Buffy, Dawson's Creek, and Saved by the Bell.
I remember her, and I don't remember her in Saved by the Bell. Wow. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and watch.
Who was she in Saved by the Bell?
I don't know, but I saw that she was like in the opening credits because I haven't seen that show for so long.
You know, aren't they opening the Saved by the Bell like thing in like LA?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
God, don't get Tony.
I want to go.
I want to go. We're going to go.
We're going to go. Ticket. That's the horror of that.
Yeah.
I want to go to the Max. But yeah, so I mean, there was, I mean, okay, listen. I get that she's like offended because she spent so much time on this, you know, project that she obviously had a passion for and that she was involved with, and it's probably, you know, a great time in her life, and then for this new reboot to be labeled as feminist or woke, I'm sure the connotation is that hers wasn't.
Exactly.
And listen, there were little baby steps that your show took. That doesn't mean that there isn't more work to be done, that there isn't more representation that could, you know, be provided with this new reboot. And for, you know,
it's like it's too early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It hasn't even started. And you're already starting it up.
I don't know if it's too early. I can see her point where she says, like, you're just sticking the name on there. You're just sticking our brand on there to capitalize on what we already did. Too. But it's a completely different show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here. All right. Yeah. Here are her tweets.
Yeah, her tweets are there. They're very wordy. I don't feel like reading them, but I guess it's awkward.
Okay,
well, you read it.
Yeah, okay. So the first one reads, I think I made it abundantly clear that I have a few issues with the reboot. The CW, including a lesbian character, isn't one of them. But now that we're on the subject, calling it a twist in a marketing release is a mistake and part of a bigger problem than too many reboots. Yeah. But, you know, the first press release gave the reboot a feminist twist. So, yeah, let's just all hope the actual script is filled with characters that are regarded and treated as equals in their effort to inspire a new generation. And that the CW fires their marketing department soon. Wow. That is problematic.
That is
I
problematic.
didn't even see those.
I could agree.
But yeah, you're just because I think there was a point made with someone else, like when you try to use transgendered people as part of your marketing ploy, just for the sake of doing that. Yeah.
Don't be Glee. Don't do that.
And I think she says too, like the way when you were reading it, the way I got it too was like, if you're gonna do a twist that way, still portray it to what it originally was. Don't make it all new, because then what's the point? Might as well name it differently and start new. So you're right on that.
Yeah, I can't think of a recent example, but it was just like they stuck a name on there from an original IP, and then it was nothing like that.
I can say that about a lot of them.
Really, no, but this was blatantly not even close to what the original. No, because I haven't watched Teen Wolf. But I mean,
you're right. Yeah.
There was a teenage kid that turned into a werewolf.
That was it.
But that was it.
Yeah, that was
well,
it.
There you go.
Literally,
then, that would be an example there for people who watch Teen Wolf. It's just like, don't do that. Come on. And there are plenty of stories to do with witches.
Right.
There's plenty of lore to go into. Like, you know, Sabrina has its own thing, and something like The Craft has its own thing. But because witches are generally mortals, there's like so many different things you can do with it.
Oh, it was yours?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You don't have. You could do friends. You don't have to do sisters. You could do so many other things.
Yeah.
But it's happening. Whether it's going to get a series pickup, I doubt it, because surprisingly enough, Charmed has such a loyal fan base that a lot of people are already writing this off.
It depends on, you know, what the pilot looks like.
Yeah. No, and not just that. It depends because the plot's everywhere. No one knows where it's going. I think if they actually write it out and present it first, people can actually think about it. But now the way it is, they're going to say no because you don't even know where you're going with it.
Well, it is from the writers and the creator of Jane the Virgin, which is a pretty good show.
Which I hear the Raphael guy is leaving.
Is he?
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
I can't believe he's still there. I thought she already picked the other
Honestly,
dude.
it's a really dramatic drama. Like, super dramatic. Have you ever seen a Mexican soap opera?
Yes, I have.
It's like 10 times worse dramatic. Oh. But it's like comedy dramatic. So.
Okay.
Ryan asked, how long has CW been around? I think it went out in 2003.
Yeah, they merged around.
It was around season 5 of Smallville.
4-ish? 2004?
I know it's still around by 2000. So, I don't think it's 2005. That seems too recent. Well, Josh, can you look that up real quick?
Yeah.
But it is fairly new. I think it's like 10 to 15
but
years.
But it was the WB and WGN?
January 24th, 2006.
Oh, wow.
It came together. But before that, it was...
WGN and WB?
WB and UPN.
UPN. UPN! Holy shit!
I haven't heard
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Holy shit, Steve Harvey show? Yeah. That's all I remember from that.
Yeah, because remember Buffy moved to UPN, and I was just like,
God,
that was
painful.
more so like the urban network at the time, where you had all those shows.
Was it Brothers from Space?
I don't remember that.
What? I haven't heard of that one.
Like with what's his name? Marlon Wayans and someone else.
Are you talking about the Wayans brothers?
No. Well, I mean, he's one of them.
He is a Wayans brother. You are correct.
Yeah, Wayne.
But yeah, CW is pretty young, and that was just like the end of my time. Except I watched Gossip Girl, and then I was done with CW.
Yeah.
Homeboys in Outer Space.
Homeboys in Outer Space. I don't hear that at all.
It sounds terrible.
So what we want to do here
Yeah.
is to actually fan cast the three sisters. Now,
Yeah.
we have... Hold on, let me reload this site. We have our character breakdowns. So first is Macy, who is described as a witty, intense science nerd in her late 20s. She's a PhD in quantum physics. Ooh, super smart. And with her boyfriend, Galvin, to Michigan to work in a university lab. Macy has reason to believe that she is a sister of Mel and Madison. Her power is telekinesis. So basically, she has elements of Prue, who was the older sister in season 1, and Paige, who was the long-lost sister in season 4 to replace Shannon Doherty after season 3. So the middle sister is Mel Pruitt, who is a strong-willed feminist. There we go, throwing that word around. Just be a feminist. We don't have to title people. All right, I'm done. Who feels deeply and is a bit controlling. Mel, who is in her mid-20s and a lesbian, is the sister of Madison. In the wake of a tragic accident, the grieving Mel becomes angry, defiantly unkempt, even violent, pushing away those who might help her, including her girlfriend, Detective Sue Jin. Mel's power is time freezing. So she's a feminist and a lesbian. So if you can't make it anymore 2018, just look to Mel Pruitt, okay? And then we have
walking Tumblr.
Yeah, right. Then we have the youngest sister, who is Madison Pruitt, is Mel's younger sister. She's about 18-ish. Is an athletic, Pilates, cheerleading college student, pledging a sorority. Madison is the opposite of her feminist sister, with the desire to fit in. Madison is horrified to learn she is a witch. Her power is hearing people's thoughts. And then lastly, who we're going to fan cast here is Harry, which is the most basic name ever. The trio's devilishly handsome advisor, or whitelighter. And then Macy will actually have a love interest too, who's a documentary filmmaker boyfriend, Gavin, aka hipster. And Madison also has an ex-beau named Brian. So your question, I think it was Mayra, you asked if this Harry person was supposed to be the love interest to any of these sisters. It doesn't look like it. It looks like they're all tied to other people, but of course, as the series goes on, I think all 3 of the sisters were tied to people too when it first started the show.
Yeah.
So those are our characters. What are your thoughts after hearing those breakdowns?
I mean, they're very they're very singular. I mean, okay.
It's like a checklist of cool girl.
Check.
Yeah.
Cool girl, angry feminist, lesbian.
Yeah, it's like each and
nerd, super nerd.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay. Yeah.
Break it in 3s.
Yeah. It's just it's not great. Whoever wrote these breakdowns, not good. Especially if this is part of your marketing, really not good. If
more like the stereotypic type of high school,
which I get. Like CW, I mean, that's what they kind of do. They populate, their series with. I mean, shit. Look at Riverdale. I mean, they're just stereotypes come to life, and like the fun of it is just kind of like poking fun at those stereotypes and trying to subvert them, or just leaning into them hard. So that's what CW does. That's their bread and butter. They've got a very, very young, or I guess youngish, fan base where they're about that, where it's just for drama's sake, and Charmed was very much that. Charmed was magical drama for drama's sake, and
magical drama.
Yeah, we can't pretend like this is going to be like some great piece of art or literature. So yeah, if I'm getting myself in the mindset like, yeah, this looks like the board that is usually set by CW. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not impressed so far.
Yeah,
all the backlash, and I'm just like,
well, maybe
it's not something I'm gonna watch.
Well, maybe we can make it interesting because you're asked us to pick who we think would be better in cast.
So we're going to fan cast the 4 series leads, so it's going to be the 3 sisters and their whitelighter. Look, Tony's excited.
Go for it. I want to hear this.
Go for it.
Okay, who am I going to start with? Wait, which sister? All right, we're going to start with the older sister, who is Macy, the science nerd in her 20s. Is Josh ready? Josh, you ready?
Sure.
How do you have this laid out? Is it all 3 of ours?
Just tell me who you're doing and I'll put it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I was wondering if it's like the one we did, me and Joe, and both of ours had to be up at the same time.
Yeah, no, Tony's are all gibberish.
Sorry.
So I don't know who's who, so
I'll rename
them separately. And
I'll rename them, yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Yeah, go for it. And I'm just going to do the girls because I didn't have time for the...
Okay, no worries. All right, so for Macy, I did Bianca Lawson because she doesn't age. She's going to look like she's even younger than 20 for forever. You've seen her in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You've seen her in Vampire Diaries. You've seen her in Dawson's Creek. What else has she been in? Pretty Little Liars.
Pretty Little Liars. She showed up as a 17-year-old again.
Yeah.
She's 40.
She's really gorgeous, though.
Yeah, she's amazing, and I think she does have that attitude that Shannon Doherty had. I think she has that sense of, like, responsibility.
She's 38, you guys.
She is beautiful, yes.
She's still playing 16-year-olds. Like, that's nuts.
What does that tell you?
I want her
She's bathing in virgin blood, for sure.
She's a vampire.
If there was anybody that you wanted to skin and wear their face, it would be Bianca Lawson.
That
Absolutely.
is gibberish. But I can buy her having a PhD in quantum physics, and so that is my casting for Macy. Should I just keep going down because you're fixing the gibberish?
No, I
was so close to picking her too.
No, get out of here. No, do you want us to react as you go, or do you want to go ahead and list all of them and then we react?
Well, if you're not ready.
Oh, you wanted to just go down the line for each character?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure.
Looks like you're ready now.
Yeah, no, Joshua.
Yeah, give me the name.
For Macy, I'd want to pick Journey Smollett.
I was this close to doing that.
So Journey Smollett, you guys have seen her. She's been in a ton of things. I think probably the one that she's probably most known for is that Denzel Washington movie, The Great Debaters. But yeah, she's been in a ton of things.
She was in Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. Is she?
Yeah.
Oh. I know that probably one of her more recent projects was Underground. I think that was also...
Oh, yeah.
That just...
Full House?
Don't believe so. No. I don't believe so.
She does look older though.
She is older. Yeah. She is actually, I believe she's 31 at the time. So
really?
So she can go ahead and play, late 20s. And she has always played these very self-possessed, intelligent characters.
She looks it.
Yeah, she looks like the kind of person that absolutely would take herself seriously and take her studies seriously. And, she would have a serious boyfriend. Yeah. And very no nonsense kind of person. So and I think she's just awesome. I've never not liked her in everything that she showed up in.
Yeah. It's a good choice.
Yeah.
I like her.
And she's pretty.
Yeah. And for my Macy will be Willa Holland.
Ooh,
from Legions.
From who?
Legions.
How come I don't know that? Legions. Because I know Legion.
Or Legions, or whatever that movie's called.
What was the name?
Willa Holland.
Willa.
Willa Holland. Holla.
Holland.
Holland.
Oh, are you talking about?
Uh-huh.
Wait, is she Thea? You're talking about Thea from Arrow. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because you guys told me they're young, right? So I'm thinking I'm going young. Young.
She is young.
And sorry with my pronunciations, dude. I suck with names. I'm going to tell you right now, I suck with names. I'm great with faces, but I suck at names.
Great with faces.
Okay, yeah. So Will is 26, so she could play older. She definitely could.
She kind of has that mature look, too.
Because I'm thinking, 26. If you're going to do Charm now, it's going to be a teen show. You know what I mean? You can't...
You can't cast too old.
I'm thinking, like, Vampire Diaries. That's in my head right there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I don't think they're going to skew that young. Charms, their demographic was all over the place because it was adult a lot of times. They didn't really cater to children a lot, but you could tell, like, their main demographic was teenagers.
Well, do you notice, though, the shows now compared to the shows then with Buffy, they look the age, right? They look the older. Even, how what's that one Superman show?
Smallville?
Yes. They also looked older. Where now they look super young for their age. Like
they do, but they wear a lot more makeup. Because even if you look back then, it's just like nobody's really wearing
natural.
makeup.
Back then. That's what
they actually looked like people I went to high school with, but of course, they did look older. But like the teen shows now doesn't look like anybody went to high school with.
Right. So that's what I'm going with. So you're gonna notice my list is gonna be a little bit more.
I'm gonna get real young.
Are you? Okay.
I'm gonna get real young.
Yeah, because I was gonna skew there, and I was like, this girl's like 12.
I'm gonna get there. So don't worry, I'm coming through.
Bless
oh my
you.
God, bless you.
So,
don't do that. Your brain hits the skull and then you kill brain cells. Don't you know that?
He doesn't hole in their trachea by holding the sneeze.
God. Don't hold in the sneeze. All right, so we're going to go to Mel Pruitt, who is the middle sister, and who I chose for that is Tessa Thompson. Yeah, that's right. Open your mouth in awe. Because if you got Bianca Lawson and Tessa Thompson on a show where they are sisters and they're witches kicking ass on a daily basis, that's a show that I'm actually going to watch.
Cute.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
Tessa can do no wrong.
And yes, I know she's going to be more in demand now.
I totally would.
Yeah.
But I think she would be open if the script was right to do a TV series.
Well, I mean, just in terms of, one, her look. And, her abilities. She's there. Absolutely. And unfortunately, we won't be able to get her.
Yeah, chances are slim to none. But
she
that's
got that MCU money. She ain't trying to get none of that WB money. Get out of here. Or CW money. Get
out of here. So, yep, that is my Mel. And I think, and as you can see from Thor, she can play that angry kind of drunk person. And I think it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love it. My pick is for Amanda Stenberg. Now, mind you, Amanda, she's
like 19, right?
She's 19. Yeah. She's 19. She's a tiny little person. However, Amanda has the ability to play older, which doesn't mean that she she doesn't look matronly or anything like that, but just her presence and just her personality. Yeah, she can do that.
She's older for her age,
and that's the thing too that I want. I want someone that doesn't really have to act a whole lot in order to inform that character. I want someone to be like, all right, this does feel very much in line with me. I'm not sure of her sexuality, but she very much is an outspoken feminist. She is an activist. She would be someone who would be able to, just by virtue of her own opinions, I think she'd be able to represent that role well, because I mean, as we're reading these breakdowns, we were just sort of like, oh, okay, we're going to hit all the buzzwords because it's 2018 and we want to let everybody know that we're not trying to be, you know, terrible and scandalous and have to like make apologies later because we're ignorant as hell.
You guys thought so much into it. I'm more like, who looks like they would be sisters?
That played a part too, but because the original casting was really good. Like, could buy that they were sisters. Yeah,
I totally bought it.
I mean, except for the fact that Shannon Doherty had blue eyes and no one else did. Except I think maybe the dad character, but like no, everyone had brown eyes.
Yeah, no, I think I picked my fan cast based upon whether or not they could be
but like. No, seeing your guys' it's like they really mesh with the personalities. Mine more like you'll see. Next one is Joey King from The Conjuring. Joey King. And she has that tomboy look, which I really like. Yeah. And I think she's a little badass. That I feel that she worked the part. Joey. And then King.
The Conjuring, the first one. The first Conjuring.
Yes. King.
Okay. Yes. I really did not pay attention to that film.
Oh, okay.
How old is she?
This is her
18. See, she's on par with Amanda.
Right, but look at this picture. The one I have. Which
probably not that one.
He's like, probably not that one. Yeah, I like that picture.
Right? Doesn't she look the part?
Yeah, so she can play older too.
Yeah, she can.
She can definitely play like
and I'll attach this to the comments so you can see the one I'm looking at.
All right.
But she has that look. She has like that tomboy, like I kick your ass, but it's also feminine.
Right. She played little Talia al Ghul in Dark Knight Rises. The little kid that climbs out of the
terrible Independence Day sequel.
Nope. Independence. I could have said that.
I should have said that. She's done a lot of stuff for being 18.
I don't want her now that she was a part of that. I'm sorry.
Dang.
But who's the last one?
Or the last sister? One is the youngest, is Madison Pruitt, which was a little tougher. I was gonna go with Amanda for this one. I don't know why I didn't. Now I don't know why.
Who'd you go with?
Only because like I had to do Zoe Kravitz. I love Zoe Kravitz. I wanted to cast her in here so bad, and I had to do away with either Amanda or Zoe, and I was just like, I gotta do Zoe Kravitz. So I'm doing Zoe Kravitz because I also think this is something out of the box for her. She typically doesn't play like a sorority girl.
No.
And da-da-da. But I did see Rough Night, and she was a little bit convincing, being as kind of like, almost like waspish person.
Well, she can act. That's undeniable. She definitely can.
So I think she does have a little bit of range if you give her the right script, and also they could just change that up. Like Phoebe was a different character from episode 1 to the middle of season 1. Yeah. So they evolved pretty quickly from what they're originally supposed to be. And yeah. So I would love to see Zoe Kravitz in a role like this.
Well, full disclosure, I picked Amanda just because I couldn't pick Cree Summer. That's real.
Who's Cree Summer?
Cree Summer? You do not remember A Different World? She's like she's now a voice actor. She's like voiced all your favorites ever. Like every time you're like,
gotcha.
Yeah.
She could play the mom.
Perfect.
She gave her a role.
Perfect. Yay. No, Cree Summer is amazing. Especially, I was thinking about someone for the middle sister, someone like her, and I was like, well, Amanda Stenberg could definitely. But talking about what is the little one's name? Madison.
Yes.
Okay, so she's an actress-ish. Okay, so it's Liza Koshy from YouTube. She's primarily known for being a YouTuber.
Star?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You're putting YouTube stars in here?
Look at her. She's adorable. God. Listen, so she's only done a couple of acting roles. There's like a Hulu series and like, some little cameo in like one of those Tyler Perry terrible Medea movies.
But she's cute.
She's very cute. Yeah. She's very funny. She's very bubbly. She's her personality is very, very bubbly. She's more of a slapstick comedic actress. But I think that would inform her character really well, just because she would be so self-conscious of the fact that she is at heart like kind of like a big bubbly nerd, and especially if she's trying to fit in, if she's trying to like pledge, and she's trying to just constantly always be positive, and yet here's this, I'm sure they're going to try to go dark. I mean, we all thought Riverdale, we thought, oh, it's going to be all cute, and then now people are dying on left and right on Riverdale, so I'm sure
that was me.
Yeah, and especially with the other two members in my fan cast, they lean very serious. I wanted someone who would be able to balance that out and to be like, like my own little sister, she's the cute bubbly one. Like, I'm the nerdy one. My middle sister is the cool one, and then the little one is the cute one. Yeah. And we all feel like, she has to be protected, even though she's a grown ass person with her own children and shit. So it's like,
I like that vulnerability factor.
Yeah. So I wanted someone where you would just look at her and be like, you can handle yourself, but I also want to protect you at the same time.
That's probably what I was missing with my casting, because all of these ladies are like, they have dominating personalities.
Yeah.
They can all be vulnerable, but it would take some acting. Yeah, you have a nice balance.
Yeah, and I'd like to
naturally comes.
Yeah, and I think now she's also. Did they finally reboot TRL? Is that finally a thing that they were doing on MTV?
Wait, yes.
She's the host of the new TRL. Okay. So yeah, I would like to see her break out of just her. I'd like to see her stretch. Like me personally seeing her, she's definitely someone that I want to succeed, and I would like to see her in something where
like you see the potential in her.
Yeah. I'd want to, especially if this, hopefully, this won't be something where it just crashes and burns. You'd want it to go on for a while. You'd want these people to develop as characters.
Too, because when you see someone that has actual talent, but because they're still starting, they have that, that. But people are ready to just, to totally crash on them. You know what I mean? And then sometimes you just give them a fucking chance. That's it.
No, you're totally right.
Yeah. See, mine, I went opposite. I went mine more super innocent looking and gullible, because I feel like I have the older sister that looks out for everybody, the tomboy that, the rebel, and then the innocent one, which I feel that when they're different, they have different adventures, because they can't, not all of them can hang, you know what I mean? They just can't handle they have weaknesses, and each of them are so different that when you put them together like threes, they make one kind of thing. So mine's gonna be Emily, see if I'm saying this, Browning?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's a good choice.
Yes.
She's really cute. Has not been on my radar, but that would have been a really good choice.
I haven't really seen her I'm looking at her filmography. She has done stuff other than Sucker Punch. She played Baby Doll in Sucker Punch. I don't really remember her all that much from these other movies.
And you know what's that? Because she's one of those girls, when I saw her on Unfortunate Events, she's really pretty. She has that, like baby doll face.
Yeah, she always had that baby.
She's still on American Gods?
I don't know. I never finished that season. Yeah. But yes, that's where she was last seen.
It says 2017 to the present, so I have to imagine yes. So, but yeah, I mean, but that will explain why I haven't seen her in a movie in a while.
Yeah. She's in American Gods right now, and you know, since that bomb Pompeii, like things has really slowed down for her.
Yeah. Hey, Emily. No, she's gorgeous. Right? But,
I like her lips. She has that natural pink. Like I don't need lip gloss.
No, I like it. Yeah, I like that casting a lot. And so last but not least, we're going to go with the whitelighter. And this is why I did not pick...
Is this why?
God, what's her name? Journey
Smollett. Yes. Yeah.
Because I picked her brother. And I didn't want any accidental, like, Christopher Kamen Lee stuff to go on here. Carly Lee. I picked Jussie Smollett, who stars in Empire as the whitelighter.
Nice
because I can see him hooking up with any of these three ladies that I have.
He's beautiful.
And he's just like, man. He's like,
Jamal.
Oh, man.
I fucking love Jamal.
Yes.
I love that name in the show.
No, he's great. Like he's got that kind of alpha male, but he can be sensitive and he can be like the Leo character. So that's
I can see that. I like that a lot.
Yay!
It's a good pick.
That's my whitelighter for this farm fan boot. Yeah.
Okay, so I actually came down to two different actors, and I had to pick one, and it hurt my little heart.
Vincent D'Onofrio?
No, I did not pick Vincent D'Onofrio.
Idris Elba.
Oh, why did I pick Idris Elba?
You shut up. And you
no, he's on my shit list right now. No, so he doesn't even pass in my stuff.
He's trying to be happy. You leave him be. No, but I picked Martin Sensmeyer. The last thing that you probably saw him in was either Wind River or Magnificent Seven.
I didn't see either of those two.
Oh, they're so good.
So name something else.
Yeah. No. He's beautiful. He is actually 32 in real life.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. I think he can play younger. He obviously doesn't look like, that he's firmly in his 30s. Because the other guy, I kind of had a, just because my cast, especially the two younger sisters, they are so young.
Yeah.
I was worried about casting somebody so much older.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the idea of like an older brother whitelighter rather than an obviously romantic interest. And even if we do want to go ahead and couple him with one of the sisters, I would definitely couple him with the oldest sister.
Okay.
Because this whole like... her boyfriend, the one that they have listed in this, breakdown.
Yeah, the filmmaker boyfriend.
That's a half-season character. They're going to break up. He's not going to be able to handle it. She's going to be, like, under so much stress because she's not going to try to, like, share it with him.
And the creative.
Yeah, like, that just, does that not sound like the boyfriend you break up with before you go ahead and find, like, because you're going through all of this change in your life? Does that not sound like what that character is going to be?
No, it does.
Yeah, so I don't... Yeah, so that was the thought that somehow this, what is it, documentary filmmaker?
Yep.
Yeah, he'll be gone after season 1, definitely.
Like, I have to go to Uganda and do this documentary.
But I love Martin Sensmeyer just because, unfortunately, which is the case with a lot of Native American actors, you're only ever called in order to play Native American actors.
Yes. Right.
Unless the character has been written to be specifically Native American. Martin, Booger Stewart, Adam Beach, nobody gets that call.
Yeah.
So I would love to see someone, from, the Native American acting pool just pulled just because it's like, we need someone pretty.
Yeah.
You're fucking pretty.
He is very pretty.
Come here. You know? So I would love that. I would love to do that. And especially if I have to imagine, like, how old are the whitelighters supposed to be? Like, they're supposed to be like...
I mean, Leo looked like, he seemed to be in his late 20s.
No, I don't mean like physically, but I mean like actually.
No, they like the age that they die at. Like, Leo was like 18 or 20 when he died.
But I mean, they're like immortal, right?
Yes.
Am I remembering that correctly?
They're like angels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leo had died during like World War I or World War II.
Something like that.
I need someone who's going to not age for a while.
Right.
That kid is done with his aging.
And you don't want them looking too young either and not too old. So
because that was my concern with the other actor, which I was thinking about, which is Boo Boo Stewart. He was one of the little wolf boy, the little wolf pack boys in Twilight.
I remember Boo Boo Stewart.
Yeah.
It was Warpath.
Yes. Okay. That and Twilight was only a few years apart. The kid hit the growth spurt, and he's still hitting the fucking growth spurt, and now he's on Descendants, or he was on Descendants.
Oh my God, we're frozen in derpy faces.
Yes.
Derpy derp.
No, are we frozen?
Oh my God, that is the worst derpy face freezing.
No.
Oh God, please take it off the screen. Can they still hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, and Mayra, you didn't pick a whitelighter, right?
No, I didn't. I was too focused on the girls.
I don't know, guys. I don't know if this is going to make it past
I don't think so either.
I don't know.
Listen, I didn't think Riverdale was going to make it past the pilot, if I'm really honest.
No, you know what?
I didn't think it was going to make it past season 1.
That too.
If I would have known about the dark comics beforehand, I think I would have been more open to Riverdale. But when they said Archie, I'm into the whole Archie comic. So I'm like, when I saw it, I was like, not what I was expecting, you know? So I think for Riverdale, we weren't prepared for it. Which this one also, we're not prepared. But it's all over the place. You know what I mean? It's not following anything. So it's totally different.
Journey Smollett was Denise, Michelle's friend on Full House. Thank you, Josh. Okay, you are right. Yes. You were 100%
He said she looks familiar.
No, that was Punky Brewster.
That's terrible.
I feel like she has some kind of dramatic arc on there, too.
I hope it works
out. Cherry was her name on was the girl's name on Punky Brewster. She grew up to be someone's... I mean, not that Punky Brewster didn't grow up to be someone.
Oh, I thought it was like someone's like horse. I thought you were gonna go further with that.
Oh, good. Oh, dear. Okay, no.
Sorry, I got really dark.
What other subjects do we have? Those are the ones I'm more excited about.
So we're done with Charmed. We'll see what happens. Follow Holly Marie Combs on Twitter if you want to see her really just go.
I don't even follow her, and she's been everywhere on my newsfeed. How does that happen? Whatever. I'm sorry.
She's very
continue.
vocal.
She's probably paying those extra pushes.
Yeah, right. We briefly mentioned that Roswell's also getting a reboot treatment, but nothing's really known much about that. I don't know if they're going to do it with the original.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but especially that what does immigration have to do with Roswell? Because I saw that I was looking up videos and whatever, and they're saying that it's going to be something about a girl being an immigrant or something. Them or like how is it?
Another planet.
No, but I don't know. But correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know what they're talking like. Would the story switch? Like I read a little bit, and they said that it's going to be a little bit more politic focused.
Probably because what's going on today. I mean, back then I think like there was a sheriff who was obsessed about the Roswell crash and obsessed with exposing these 3 people who were related as aliens, but only on Earth there was only 2 of them as brother and sister. So he was like, they're aliens and da. But I guess now with the political climate,
so they're just switching it.
They're gonna be like, this is gonna be like immigration.
I was wondering, how did that come up?
So you had like Katherine Heigl starred in that show, and Jason whatever his face, and Shuri Appleby her face. Colin Hanks was in there, yes, and the girl from Lost Face. Emily, the Australian girl.
Emily de Raven.
Yeah, Emily de Raven was in there too.
Okay, so I just found what she's talking about.
Okay, thank you.
This is from Deadline. Okay. So it says, written and executive produced by the original scribe, Karina Adley Mackenzie, the new Roswell reflects the realities of its location in a state bordering Mexico. After reluctantly returning to her tourist-trapped hometown of Roswell, New Mexico, the daughter of undocumented immigrants discovers a shocking truth about her teenage crush, who is now a police officer. He's an alien who has kept his unearthly abilities hidden his entire life. She protects his secret as the two reconnect and begin to investigate his origins. But when a violent attack and long-standing government cover-up point to a greater alien presence on Earth, the politics of fear and hatred threaten to expose him and destroy their deepening romance.
Here's another perfect example. How is that the Roswell reboot?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's not.
From what I remember in the reading, this is like, I'm off. I don't know.
It's not.
Did I miss something?
Literally,
Did I miss something?
Be named something else, and it can still take place in Roswell.
It's Troll 2.
Troll 2.
This just because it takes place in Roswell again doesn't mean it needs to be named Roswell. Roswell is obviously the popular, alien crash where that took place. So
if I had to vote which one was going to go through, Charm or this, I would go with Charm.
Charmed. Yeah, definitely. Well, Roswell wasn't even.
It wasn't that great.
Well, what the hell was happening after a while?
X-Files has a better chance than this.
Yeah, I just. Now I'm hung up on the fact. Oh my! See, this is the thing where they take the branding and the nostalgia factor, and they try to trick audiences. And number one, that doesn't work because the demographic is gone older, and now you're out of the demographic. I'm not gonna go back and watch it just because I'm like, I liked Roswell back then.
Right.
If they said they were gonna reboot Buffy, I'm not gonna go back.
Gem
and watch
is what
it.
you were thinking of. I guarantee it. Ooh. Gem is what you were thinking of when you were talking about
Gem and the hologram.
Yes,
probably.
It had to have been.
It sounds like one of those songy, but
taking something and just slapping the name, and it's like that bears no resemblance to that.
Yeah. I think it was Gem, and the holograms.
Yeah, no, because this doesn't. Okay, the original show was supposed to be like this pseudo X-Men story, essentially. Instead of mutants, it was these aliens who had these powers and now had to figure out how to deal with their powers if they wanted to use them, if at all,
because they accidentally crashed, right?
Yes. And they've been there forever, and they it was the two Katherine Heigl and the other, what's the main one, they were
Jason whatever his face is.
No. Shit, Bear.
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Whatever his name is.
Bear. Yeah. Or James Bear.
They're supposed to be brother and sister, right? Like they're adopted by the family.
Right.
So they have parents.
And the other one's like white trailer trash. Somewhere.
Yes. Yeah. So it's supposed to be this whole allegory for adolescence and you trying to figure out where you belong, if nothing, but you always feel like an alien because you're a teenager. And adolescence is scary because you're an alien. Yeah. It was supposed to be this whole metaphor.
That's what I remember. And then when reading this, I was like, what the hell am I reading? Is this the actual thing?
It's not the same show. Yeah. It's just like,
it's not the same show. And what happened? So there's only one alien?
Right?
He's by himself?
Yeah, sounds
and he's just had to hide this his whole life?
So how old are these people? Is this statutory rape? I mean, now they're going to have a romantic interest? I don't know, guys.
What is this?
This is where I say, leave the old, start with the new. Yeah. There's so many things that you can pick up a book, do something on that,
and the Roswell, formula, it's fine as is.
Yeah.
3 aliens that are there, and they're trying to figure out what to do. There's infighting about how to go ahead and proceed, whether or not they just live their lives as humans and just continue to just live normal lives, or if they try to get back home, or if they're trying to figure out, we have these powers, we can use them, should we use them, we don't want to use them, I don't like them, I do like them. There was always that push and pull, and sometimes it became bogged down by the whole, I love this human girl, but I can't because I'm an alien, because it's forbidden because I'm an alien.
Right.
But it's you're a human, bro. I'm pretty sure you've got human anatomy. I don't know what's going on, why that would be such an issue. But
because I don't think they were
immortal. But didn't that happen when they were little kids?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Was it just them? Because weren't they orphans, right? Just how you said.
It was just them.
So how did they know they were aliens, if they were so young?
Because it's their parents, right? Isn't it?
I don't remember. I thought they crashed when they were teenagers.
Yeah, that's what I thought. No, and they were survivors.
I remember them crashing when they're little, and they have adopted parents. And maybe I need to go back and read
it. He knows the whole history.
Never watched the show.
That's where I get mixed up, because I remember little things, and I'm like, wait, but how did, I question everything. But
I wasn't a hardcore Roswell fan. I think it came after something, and I would just sit on it.
It was 2 CW for me.
Yeah, it was extremely
WB.
Same difference.
No, it's not. No, it's not!
Look at the shows that moved from the WB to the CW. They're all the same.
Anyway, I like the premise for this show. I don't like the fact that they're calling it Roswell. Yeah. I think this sounds fine. That's all right.
You can call it anything else, and we probably
maybe Colin Hanks is going to be the police officer. I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then they're not even teenagers anymore.
No,
they're not teenagers anymore. So they're grown ass people.
Also, what's with this
undocumented figure it out by now, right?
Immigration thing? It's just all right. So now we're doing another buzzword current thing, and I guess that's
what would have been really cool is if you didn't release this in the breakdown.
What? Or a work visa for someone who lived in Jupiter. I mean, come on.
Are you done?
God damn it.
Oh man, what were you saying?
No, I was just like, so the whole like metaphor that it originally was supposed to be, you know, the alien experience versus the teenage experience doesn't even exist anymore.
No.
So you think by now he figured it out?
Now it's the undocumented immigrant in America. She's not the immigrant.
Well, I mean, she is, but then
he's undocumented.
Not the alien. But he's the cop, so he's the fuzz. He's the man. Like,
yeah, and not just that.
No, I didn't make the show.
He's.
I didn't do it.
I don't like it.
How the hell did he slip up for her to find out he was even an alien?
I mean,
he confessed one night after passionate lovemaking.
After.
And probably said,
it's always after.
He said, like, by the way, Jupiter herpes is a thing, and you might want to go ahead and go get that checked out. So
in the original
herpes.
Yeah. In the original series, she got shot.
Honestly, I think I'd watch that.
He saved her.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because he heals.
Yeah, he heals. She got shot, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know, because I'm going to expose myself. I don't know if I should do it." And then he heals her.
Dang, you think by now he'd know better?
Y'all need to stop saving these humans.
Don't expose yourself.
Yeah.
It's illegal.
That's how Twilight started. Don't do that.
Seriously.
Okay, we have to start closing up the show here.
Yeah,
so another couple things.
Let's talk about something happier. Let's talk about Chucky.
Yes, that's what I was waiting for. That and Halloween.
Yeah, because a doll that murders people is...
Oh, that's great.
Happier than this.
I like it. I like when the stuffed animals and dolls come back.
And isn't the original voice act from the first Chucky? He's coming back, isn't he?
He's been with the entire franchise. Like, have you seen The Cult of Chucky yet? And Curse of Chucky? No, it's good.
The Cult sucked. The Curse better, because I like the story in that one, but.
I like Cult. The cinematography was great.
Like Seed of Chucky and like,
oh my god,
that's
the worst.
Everything is better than Seed of Chucky. Literally every sequel is better, except maybe Seed is better than Child's Play 3.
I don't know, man. I'd rather watch Child's Play 3 than Cult.
Wait, which one had Justin Whalen?
It was Child's Play 3 with the military.
Yeah. I'll tell you the only thing I liked about the Cult was that how Andy had Chucky in his cabin with him.
He's a little psycho.
Yeah, he was a little sinister in that. You know what I mean? He's like
crazy nutbag.
He's like, I don't like you, but I can't live without you.
Yeah, it's so weird. He's got some serious PTSD holed up in the cabin somewhere.
Seriously.
But yeah. So anyway, Child's Play. They are developing an 8-episode, 1 hour. I don't know if I said that right. An 1-hour episode. I don't know if I said that right. But anyway,
1 hour, 8 episode. Yeah, you said it right the first time.
Okay, good. Yeah. Series that's actually, I think, a continuation. It's not a reboot. It's not a retcon. It's going to be almost like a continuation.
They're bringing it back with like kids and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
they're going to call it Child's Play. It's going to be still have that creepy factor. They're not going to hold back. Don Mancini is going to be involved.
Yeah.
Oh God, why did I forget his name? Dorff.
Stephen Dorff.
No. The voice of Chucky. Oh my god.
Brad Dourif.
Brad Dourif, not Dorff. Yes, Brad Dourif is coming back. Well, not coming back. It's still going to be doing the voice of Chucky. So this sounds like an A+ to me.
I'm excited.
Don't fuck with the formula if it doesn't need to be fucked with. I'm sorry. Can I say formula?
No, it's science.
No, I agree. I'm excited for that. I'm like wondering, is it gonna be like Tales from the Crypt, or is it gonna be like, are you afraid of the dark, or how, you know, or is it just gonna be like a series that like The Evil Dead, where it just continues on with the story?
Freddy's Nightmares.
Yeah, because if you guys, I mean, it's been a while, so we're gonna spoil this. If you guys saw the end of Curse of Chucky, if you guys saw the end of Cult of Chucky. You saw, like, the Chuckies were multiplied.
I didn't like that. I think that's the only thing that bugged me, because it takes away the whole perspective of a soul. What, he has multiple souls or what?
No, that's
cruxes.
Shut up, John.
Seriously.
Okay.
I agree with you, because it happened, like, I felt that way when Buffy, like, gave a little bit of her power to all the potential slayers, and I was like, oh,
that's more believable, though. That's more believable.
But I didn't like it because it didn't make it the chosen one anymore. It did away with the whole lore and why.
But that makes sense for a series finale.
Yeah.
Or at least what was intended as a series finale. Now they've gone ahead.
Because if you really think about it,
went beyond the comic books.
I guess, yeah.
But yeah, and then Charles Lee Ray actually took over. What's her face? I should really be more prepared.
The one in the wheelchair, right?
Yeah. No. It's actually Brad Dourif's daughter, Fiona Dourif. Takes over her character's body. Nika is her name. Nika. So that was actually cool to see because we've just been watching for like 6 films over the period of what, 20, 30 years? 30 years, actually. It's the 30th anniversary of Child's Play. Mm-hmm. How Chucky tries to get his soul into a human body and just can't.
and nothing's happening.
No,
everything's fine.
This wine is cursed. And just can't.
I'm fine.
Everything's fine. I'm excited. I'm all jumpy.
But now we get that 30-year later payoff where he gets his soul into somebody. And then he joins. Is that
what it's going to be?
We don't know. So he drives away with Tiffany, who's in Jennifer Tilly's body.
Yes.
The actual Jennifer Tilly's body. Yes. And it's just Mika. Sorry, we had an accident on the side.
It was my fault.
So I think it might be a continuation of that, which will be very interesting. I think it left you in an interesting note because there's still more stories to tell.
See, I'm excited for that because that's one of the films that I grew up with and got me into horror films. Mm-hmm. So it's like I can't wait where it goes, what's gonna come. You know, it's so unpredictable right now that I just can't wait.
They came out with a quote that said, Mancini expanded. We plan to use Child's Play in the title. We want to definitely signal that we are going darker than ever before. It's going to be very creepy. Which, if you saw Cult, that was pretty dark. That's probably one of their goriest, darkest installments.
It was gory, but it was more like comedy gore. You know, it didn't make me
You think so?
Yeah, I think it was like corny gore.
And Curse was pretty intense as well. I like that they went back to their to Child's Play where it was like creepy and atmospheric and it was just like, what the hell's gonna happen?
I don't know. I just felt it was really, really predictable. Like you could tell when it was coming. And then they give you so many clues. Okay, the window's gonna break. Like you already know what's gonna happen before it happens. And then the fact that it's multiple Chuckies, I think that's what really ruined it for me. And I was like, I'm done.
Did you not see Curse Child's Play or anything?
I did not. No.
You haven't seen any of them?
I have seen the original one.
That's all you need to see.
Yeah. No, Bride of Chucky. I love Bride of Chucky.
I like because of
and
her.
Child's Play 2.
Because of her.
Child's Play 2.
Yeah,
is good
1,
too.
2, skip 3, and then go to Bride of Chucky, and you're good. Okay. And you're good.
No, then you have to go to Curse. Curse and Colt are good.
I like Curse. I didn't like Colt.
I mean, here's the thing. I had an uncle who was really into horror, loved horror, watched horror all day. Problem was that I was about 4, 5, 6, and 7 at the time. So I would I would be like, what is this? What's going on? And any time that there was a part that was deemed too scary, I would literally be ushered out of the room, literally just picked up and taken out of the room. Yes. And so even though I was probably traumatized from horror from a young age, I was also like, well, shit. I don't know. I think that's the residual thing when you're things that your mom tells you when you're young that just stick in your mind. So it was just always this thing of I'm not supposed to be watching this, even though I'm a grown person. I'm old enough, I can handle it.
Where's my Chucky picture? Scare the audience.
Oh, we're gonna scare me now? Yeah. Shit. All right. No, so I never got to go.
Put the creepy picture of Chucky from Curse of Chucky. I really liked his new look in Curse. I don't want to offend anybody, but it was just he looked like he was a transgender doll.
And then you really think about it.
What is happening?
There's this specific still shot. Yeah, this one. I was just like, what the fuck is this? I wasn't.
He looks really different when you move from the first and when it goes. He looks so different
from the first movie to this one.
Yeah, that is not Chucky.
But that's creepy, right?
That's a fucking melted Cabbage Patch doll. What is that?
Well, put it this way: when you from the beginning, it was a lot of actual special effects with latex and everything, and it really upgrades with CG, the Curse
I don't know if this is totally CG. I think they went back to puppetry. Or it's no. Sorry, half of it is puppetry, but the other half is CGI because when you see Chucky coming down the stairs after Nika's trying to climb up, it's totally CGI. Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark.
But that's from the original film. There, they would do total puppetry here, or work with an actor who was about 2'1" or 3 foot. So it's just. This was actually one of the first cases of using puppetry the way they did because they would actually show the full body of the doll moving. So that was incredible for its time and very realistic. 30th anniversary.
I know.
Do you think it's going to be a return to that on this new series?
Yeah, they seem like they're really serious. And I believe Don Mancini's already working on a show with Sci-Fi, so it might actually be going to Sci-Fi.
Oh, really? So not Netflix?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I would just say it's more likely. It might be going to Sci-Fi.
It depends who wants to pay more, right?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Netflix would be good too because they can do anything that they want at that point. And then, last but not least, Halloween has finally begun filming.
Yes.
And I can't wait.
Did you see that photo that got out during their screen shooting? Because you didn't see, like, there was a picture. It's out there where someone snuck a picture while they were, like, on the set and everything.
Oh, no. I don't think I looked at that. I don't want to really be
because everybody was wondering what's Michael Myers going to look like.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, his masks over the years have been questionable. I hated how he looked in 4 or 5. It was like too white. It was too blasted white. It was very weird.
Like chalk white.
Yeah, it was like chalky white, very cheap. You could tell. But that was definitely the first horror movie icon that literally scared the shit out of me. Like I couldn't go upstairs if the hallway light wasn't on, and the switch to the hallway was up in that dark hallway. Like, there wasn't one at the bottom of the stairs.
Honestly, that one I could actually say would scare. It's more of a scarier plot because you don't know why he's doing it. You know, where other people have their reasons. So you're like, he's not gonna come over to me. There's no reason to be scared. Yeah. But Michael Myers, he's killing. Nobody knows. He's so mysterious. It's creepy.
Well, you see this picture here, so she looks a lot younger in this picture than she does in the other picture that I sent over. Like, I don't know. Yeah, that one. I don't know if maybe they just took her makeup off or made her look that old.
No, I think it's the wig. I think it's the wig. I mean, it definitely ages her, and she's always been one of those pixie cut girls who just keeps.
When they say hair is everything, hair is everything.
Hair is everything.
I've never seen Jamie Lee in any serious thing with like long hair. Now that I think about it, I think the longest she ever had her hair that I remember was True Lies.
Yeah,
and even then that was like a long pixie cut. Yeah, and it just the long hair ages her. It really does, and I think the glasses also do too. But
no, she really rocks the short hair like before anybody really did.
Right?
Except
I wish I could rock a pixie cut.
Twiggy, her and Twiggy like we rocking that cut for decades. But yeah, this looks like she's more in the 70s aesthetic here with the outfit.
Yeah.
And I believe, they're going to do away with all of the sequels and it's going to take place after Halloween 2. So there's really no clear answer as to when this takes place and are they going to address the sequels or not? But we're going to go with no.
No? I really think no?
Probably not. They seem to be dead set on just
retconning all that and just saying like none of that happened.
Because then you have this stupid thing with the Men in Black and then her other daughter Jamie and Danielle Harris is not in this, which she was upset about on Twitter as well. And she's like, "But best of luck, guys."
I think it'll be good.
Bless you.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not. I don't feel I'm going to be disappointed.
No, it's Blumhouse is producing it.
Yeah.
So they rarely have a miss.
Right.
John Carpenter is back too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe he's actually doing the composition for it. And producing, and he doesn't put his name on it, anything like that anymore.
So we shall see.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We shall see.
I'm always excited to see Jamie Lee Curtis. I wish we would give her more to do.
I loved when she appeared on Scream Queens. I was like, so she was so funny on that show too. Are you looking up?
I'm trying to see if he's still on.
IMDb that.
Okay.
Well, I know he's definitely executive producer. It's got to be for everything.
Doesn't she also go to cons? Like, does she have a son?
I think she does, but I don't think he's an actor or anything.
No, but I think because he's all into that stuff, I think she's also into it.
Oh, what, horror?
Yeah, no, just conventions in general, like anime and all that.
I got you. Yeah, because I think she...
Yeah, I've seen her, like, cosplay.
Yeah.
Oh,
see, that's cool.
I remember that. Yeah, when she came out and did that.
See, I hope when I get that old, I'm still that functional, you know?
He's writing. He's not composing. He's writing.
Oh, he's writing it?
For Halloween. Yeah.
Okay, so he's
co-writing.
Still good. But that could just be a writing credit for the characters.
Yeah, because it just says characters, which is
so probably characters based on.
Oh yeah. That's what that is. What about producing?
Yep, executive producer, but again, executive producer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's involved. He's just not. I don't think he's creatively involved. He might be.
I mean, hell, Stan Lee's an executive producer, and I don't think he's ever touched like significantly any one of those films.
But he wouldn't put his name on that. They can have opinions. Not sold on it because. Yeah.
Well, no, because I mean, he is the gatekeeper. So.
I can't wait. October, it's going to be released this year.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I got nothing about. Yeah, I've got nothing to say about that.
Me neither.
Let's do this. I'd like to see it.
Cool.
I got one last thing for you.
What'd you do?
He did the things.
I did the things.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, see? And that's her son right there, too. So he's all into magic.
Oh, my gosh. Cute. Yes. Yeah, she goes all for it.
What am I looking at, actually, though?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
I know that, but
Warcraft.
Oh, okay. That's why I don't know it.
You're like, what is this?
What is
Isn't
this?
That
What's
cute,
the thing?
Though?
Yeah,
like, that's what I'm gonna be.
I'm gonna be doing that.
Seriously.
So I'm like 80.
I'm gonna be. Yeah, my kids are gonna be so embarrassed. Like,
I'll
my mom still
cosplay as like Aunt May or old.
I'm gonna be McGonagall all day. I cannot wait to be McGonagall.
Amanda Waller when I'm like 50.
So excited.
Well, guys, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us here at that #Horror Picture Show. We'll let you know when we'll be back for whatever. Maybe we'll do a Child's Play screening. I don't know how that's working with YouTube being like, ugh, they hate the horror community, everybody. So we have to be careful what we do.
Blood and guts.
It's just blood and guts. But Mayra, where can we see you next? You just filmed something for BBN, right?
Yes, you can find me on Bippity Boppity News, and you can also find me on Instagram under Myrax.
Mayra.
Yucks.
And Tones, where can we find you?
You can find me back on Pop Culture Renegades next week on Marvel Infinity Watch. And I guess hopefully DC Watchtower will also be back next week. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Not this week, but the next week. And as always, on all my social medias, the Toni Sanchez.
Cool. Well, guys, Biggie Spicy on Facebook and Twitter. You can join me there. Join me for the party on my public pages. Nothing that you have to request me on, please. And yeah, I'll be back with Toni for Marvel's Infinity Watch on PCR next Monday, and for DC's Watchtower next Thursday. It is canceled for this week. And as always, guys, good night. Thank you for joining me, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
We don't have a tagline, so nobody knows when to say this end.
Horror picture out, right?
Oh, so yeah, Renegades out.
Crest out.
Terrible.
The Power 3 will set us free.
Or just be gone.
Abracadabra.